Welcome to day 3 of Leaks Daily, where we'll be going over the daily reveal leading up to the release of Leaks 4. And today is by far the most important one we've seen. We're talking about combat style relics. Yes, indeed, combat relics will be coming back to the game with specific styles. So you'll have to choose whether you want to go melee, mage, or range, and that will become so much more overpowered than your other styles, and it's really going to change the way you play the game and also what regions and what kind of content you want to engage in. In addition, they're giving us the full information on all 3 relics, and they have additional effects. It's not just damage and accuracy, but every single combat style has an extra bonus attached to it as well. So let's get right into it with Superior Sorcerer. This is the mage-based relic. Magic weapons with attack speed 4 or above have the stat halved, round down. So this would be things like the Trident is a 4-tick weapon. This would go to 2 ticks, but in addition, things like Tumikin's Shadow, which is a 5-tick weapon, that would also get rounded down to 2. Half of 5 is 2.5, that gets rounded down to 2. However, magic weapons with attack speed 3 or below will be rounded up after they're halved. This is so that 3-tick weapons don't become 1-tick weapons, basically. And so basically, your weapons are attacking twice as fast. And in the case of something like Tumikin's Shadow, 2.5 times as fast. That is an insane speed up. You're going to be doing crazy amounts of damage. In addition, you're going to be saving 90% of your runes when casting any spell. I believe this is any spell, not just combat spells. So if you want to go the mage route, you're going to save a ton on runes. And this also includes any charges when using powered staffs, such as the Trident, the Sanguinesti staff, and of course the Tumikin's Shadow. Bind spells such as Ice Barrage, Entangle, Snare will always hit on an unfrozen target. Good luck in the wilderness. I am sure there's going to be some PKers using this. You'll also get the Arcane Grimoire. This was a relic from Shattered Relics, which allowed you to change between any spellbooks. Keep in mind you will have had to unlock that spellbook, so Lunar Spellbook will require Fremenic, Arceus Spellbook will require Zaya, and the Ancient Spellbook will require the Desert. You'll also be getting a rune pouch, and every single rune pouch will store 2 more types of runes. So the rune pouch will now store 5 types of runes, and if you upgrade that to a divine rune pouch through Tombs of Amasket, you'll actually have 6 different types of runes in there. And for the bonus effect, all magic attacks will deal an additional 25% splash damage to surrounding targets, up to 5 additional targets. So if you wanted to burst and barrage, you don't even need to have Ice Barrage anymore. Every single magic spell will now splash to other targets. However, the splash damage only applies to multi-combat areas, so you're not going to be able to do anything completely broken. Finally, all magic accuracy is increased by 175%. You are not going to be missing a lot, especially if you're using something like Tumikin's Shadow, and magic damage is increased by 20% across the board. Tons of damage, tons of accuracy, you're doing AoE damage. I mean, this is just so sick. Moving on to the melee relic, we have Brawler's Resolve. Just like with the mage relic, melee weapons with attack speed 4 or above will have their stat halved, and that's going to be rounded down. So for both the Fang and the Scythe, these are now going to be 2-tick weapons. You're going to be swinging your Scythe as fast as a blowpipe in the main game. That is insane. For the bonus effect, you're also going to be immune to all status effects, and this includes, but not limited to, Poison, Venom, Fire Breath, with the exception of stuns and roots, and this applies in both PvE and PvP. So if you wanted to go kill Vorkath, no Fire Breath, no Venom, can't be poisoned, like you are going to be a tanky boy. In addition, you'll have a 10% chance to deal a critical strike, which deals double damage. Your accuracy is also increased by 50%. This is insane. The Fang is one of the best weapons because it has crazy good accuracy, and now like every single melee weapon has crazy good accuracy. And finally, your melee, ranged, and magic defense is going to be increased by 50%. I feel like this melee relic is also turning you into a bit more of a tank now too, and you're just going to take way less damage going with this relic. And last but not least, we have the ranged relic, Archer's Embrace. Once again, ranged weapons with attack speed 4 or above will have the stat halved, rounded down. Keep in mind with ranged weapons, when you set it to rapid, it usually goes faster by 1 tick, and that will apply first, and then it gets halved. So for example, Blowpipe, which is typically attack speed 2, it attacks every 2 tick, is going to be attacking every single tick. You are going to be machine gunning with the Blowpipe. And of course, the Twisted Bow is a 5-tick weapon. This is now going to be a 2-tick weapon. Your Twisted Bow attacks as fast as the Blowpipe in the main game. Now, if you are worried about stocking up on darts for your blowpipe machine gun, 90% of ammunition is saved whenever using ranged weapons. This also stacks with Ava's device, going up to 98% ammo saving. I believe this is the equivalent of having 50 times the ammunition that you currently have. Charges in ranged weapons, such as in the crystal bow and the toxic blowpipe, are included, and I think for the very first time, Chinchampas will also get this bonus. All of your enchanted bolts have twice the chance to proc. This is going to be great if you want to go Asgarnia and get like an Armadillo crossbow or a Zerite crossbow. You also have a 10% chance to fire an extra projectile. This is kind of like the crit, you have a chance of dealing extra damage. It'd be really cool to see if that 10% chance can also be an enchanted bolt proc. Imagine having 2 ruby bolt procs at the same time. That sounds crazy. And across the board, your range accuracy is increased by 100%. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that your range accuracy is 100%. You're just doubling your range accuracy. I've honestly been waiting since we first got Leagues 4 back to see if the combat style relics are coming back. It's such a core part of your decision making, as well as picking right regions for whatever combat relic you want to go with. So definitely start thinking about which combat style you want to go with. With the accuracy bonuses, you can often use your dominant combat style even on content that you usually wouldn't do it, or if a monster has like a really high defense, you're just going to have so much accuracy, you're going to go through it. However, just be careful if you're choosing regions where something is immune. So for example, if you're going Tyrannwyn with a melee build, you can't melee Zolrat. So just be careful when you're choosing your bosses there. Combat and PVM is one of the most fun parts of Leagues. So definitely, if you haven't done, raids, or if you haven't done some of the harder bosses with relics like this, it's a great opportunity to get your foot in the door, start fighting some of these bosses, get some experience learning them. You're going to be doing crazy amounts of damage. They've also possibly hinted at some more combat relics coming tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be able to talk about that then. Honestly, I could probably spend hours and hours talking about these combat relics. They all look so much fun, and I really am not even sure what I'm going to pick yet. I think a 2-tick shadow just sounds so much fun though, especially if that's going to be doing AoE damage, but all of them look like really fun choices. I might even have to make a second account to play a different combat style. Let me know down below what combat style you're thinking about, and especially if the different bonuses are making you change to a different combat style as well. As always, thank you guys for watching. Good luck with your League's journey, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.